Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so basically what we are doing, we are going to build this dashboard. Okay, so this dashboard implemented with the concept of in-page navigation. In-page navigation in the sense, within the page itself, you are navigating it to different dashboards. Okay, so that we have, I have shown, right, the functionality. When I click on this profit, it will be loaded with the profit, and if I click on the sales, it will be again enabled with the sales information. And if you see here, the moment I clicked on this button is getting enabled and it is displaying that data, and at the same time these two are disabled. These two are disabled. So this thing we are going to do it now. This thing we are going to do it now. Okay, so how we are going to, how we have to implement this one and everything we will see today. Okay, so I have created three different visuals, one by profit by year, profit by segment. Okay, let me build one sample one. So now what we have this orders table. Okay, let me use this orders table, and in this order table we should be having um, profit. Select this one. Okay, and we will be having year. We wanted to basically generate a report by year and segment wise profit we wanted to see. Okay, so this is one of the visual. Let's minimize this and minimize this. We can have some kind of a cosmetic changes as well. A text box. Okay, that will give profit and sales dashboard. Okay, so it is all like as I said, our skills of bold, and let's make it as a little bit smaller than this. Okay, any colors if you want, can change it. Okay, so let's bring this one to, okay, now we have this dashboard, and take this dashboard. Okay, and let's bring it to center element, and you have formatting option here. When you go there, I told, right, this one you can change the color of the background. You can change it to something like this one. Anything you can use these properties. Visual borders, if you want visual borders, that again you can enable it, and that colors also you can apply it. So let's say if I apply this one, again that can be done. So if you see here, this is something like that. And in real time, if you see the dashboards, what happens, they keep the image company logo here. Okay, they keep the company logo here with the help of images. You have an image here, and you can have a company logo as an image in this. So let's say take this one. I think might be have you created. Yeah, this is a company logo. So let's use this one. Hmm. So we can have this one like this. Okay, and there also you have different styles: scaling, normal, or fit. If you change to fit, it will be looks good. It will look good. Okay, it would be fit to entire thing. Okay, So now you have the dashboard thing. If you see, you can little bit and adjust the size of the text box so that you will have enough space for your company image. Okay, this one again, I mean, if you see here, I have a different visuals. When you come here, this is a different visuals. I mean, by default it has taken clustered column chart. If I wanted to change that one to line chart, again I can do it. Okay, again we can do that. And so if you wanted to apply some filters on top of this, based on, okay, let's finish up this in-page navigation concept, then after we will apply the filters. Okay, so here this is our report, and when you see here, this is coming like a sum of profit, and this is the place. If I wanted to change the display name, then again I can change that one to using this option, rename from the visual. Again, anything if I want, I can do that. Remove the profit thing, profit by year and segment. Okay, so then again comes up with our cosmetic changes, right? So I will little bit enlarge this. We'll take this one to up, and this one here. And what is mainly needed for us, mainly needed the data labels, right? The data labels is nothing but the numbers that will show basically. Okay, so the data labels, the values. Under the data labels we have values, under the values we have these things. So we can change the size of it, we can change the size of it. It's already in thousands. We can do this. So this is something looking odd, right? From the business point of view also this looks odd. Why? Because after December we have a 10 different numbers. Again, what is this? This is profit. So you can select this profit. Okay, and here you can see here the decimals. Again, you can adjust from here or from there. See, now the numbers got adjusted with the decimals. Now the numbers got adjusted to decimals. And again, all these things are cosmetics again. The designing changes. That all totally depends on your skill. So if you wanted to apply something, then again we can do by color changing, we can do again by font change, we can do the size of this, everything can be done. And if you wanted to make it a little bit bold, that also you can do. Why? Because end of the day, the report should provide the numbers to the end users, that they should provide the insights of your report. So these are like, if you go and look for different options, that will like huge, as I say, like huge. So earlier, when we started for the Power BI and now it is today, there is a huge change. It's like every day, every month they're coming up with new changes. So as I said, like every month you keep on upgrade yourself. Okay, you keep on upgrade yourself with the latest features which they are coming up with. Why? Because you will get a beautiful videos. You'll get a beautiful videos. Okay, now I'm disabling this one. Why? Because we don't require that at least. Now comes to this section. Now comes to this section, profit and year. So let's see like what we can do for the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so again you can adjust the range as well. Here you have an option for adjusting the range. You can set for starting date and end date. Okay, that is also possible. And the values. What is the title? We do not have a title. It is by default, it is coming up with year. So that I can change it to area black. So little bit reduce the sizing. So we have the x-axis, it is looking good now. So these are the these are the specifications you won't get it from the business generally asks you, I need a certain reports like which shows me a kind of a profit by year and segment sales and year wise data, I need it. And what else, I basically need a kind of a cluster graph or a line graph, something on a high level they will give you, or else at least they will prepare some kind of a graphs in the what is that, some graphs in their excel sheet and take the screenshot of it, and they will put it in your functional specification document. So that's how you will get it. But putting how you will keep your year and the profit names and the font of it, everything you should be aligned with your company standards. You should align with your company standards. Okay, so now the values, this is of y-axis, the values are getting changed here. I'm not going to change, let it be 40k and 50k only. Why? Because if I do the changes, it will occupy more space here. And let's go back to the values of x-axis again, where you have values, and let's change that one to black color, and also change little bit increase in the size. Okay, now you are good. Make it bold. We are good. Okay. So this is the values for the y-axis, and again we can do the change here, the coloring part and the display units. Again, as I said, like I'm not going to change that. Let it be like that. And coming to the title, so profit. If you wanted to change something else, the profit, then you can do the type. You can type the text here, or else it by default it is showing the reason because based on the name of the field. Based on the name of the field, it is displaying for us, and that you can change it again. Okay, so now we are good, we should be good. And if you wanted to see again, then you can move it to the focus mode and you can see the report, so how it is looking and how the axis and how the different lines. So since it's a line report, right, we have the consumer, corporate and home office. So this is how the profits were. Out of these three, we got a consumer was giving good profit throughout all the years. And next comes up with our corporate. Next comes up with our home office. Basically, these are the different segments. The segments, the parts, orders. Okay. So this is pretty much clear, right? The visual wise, we are good. Now let's create another view which gives me a profit. Why? Because now we are building everything for the profit. Okay, everything for the profit. So I will choose profit by region. By region wise profit. So by default again it has given the cluster column chart. I can change it to any chart. I will take it as a pie chart. I will take this one as a pie chart. Okay, so again I can rename this visual, rename this title of this visual from here to like this, profit. Okay, if I do this, then the title of this visual got changed from sum of profit. Why? Because sum of profit is not a word for the end users, it should be profit. Okay, for you as a developer, you can understand what is a profit, what is a sum of profit. It is something that it is doing the aggregations, but business, it for the business it is doesn't require. Why? Because these reports we are doing for the insights of the business, and that should provide a value add. It is not something that should create a confusion for them. Okay, and let's bring this one at here, and again we can do, right, changing the position of these legends. At least let's do that part which is not covered here, and top left. Yeah, so now we should be good, and let's use another visual at the bottom. Generally we keep a table. Let's take up a graph again. So taking up like profit again, profit by year and quarter. Again, quarter wise sales basically. Okay, so what I have here, let me adjust a little bit here instead of occupying the entire space from the page. Okay, now we should be good. Now we should be good. Okay, so now what I wanted to do, so here if you see here, this visual is drilling down. Okay, you can drill down. Why? Because you have two options here. And again, let me rename this one profit. And here if you have by default it is enabled with the drill down. Here now it by default it is showing year wise data, and if I go to the drill down I can see the quarter wise quarter wise data. I can see the quarter wise data. Okay, so if I wanted to club both of them, then you have this option, expand all drill down to one level in the hierarchy. So this is the option. So what it is doing, it is displaying the entire data to me. It is displaying entire data to me. So now we can see the year wise, quarter wise, the data. So let's enable the data labels. Data labels got enabled, and when you go to the x-axis, you have concatenate labels. Concatenate labels. You can see here, right? You have sub labels, you have main labels. You have sub labels, you have main labels. If I enable this one, you will be concatenating. So this is something looks good, right? But because you have one label at one place and which gives both the year and quarter. In year of 2019, this would be the quarter one, and this is for quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. Like that, you have all the information in one line. So this with this option concatenate labels, you can enable that one. And again, like the values, what colors you change, and what is the text you change, everything. It all purely depends on you, like how we have gone through so far. Okay, clear? Any questions so far from anyone? Looks simple, right? Yeah. So now what I will do, I will select this one, and this one, these three. Okay. I will select all these three, and I will also change the background color for this. Yeah. I will select the background color for these visuals. I will tell you why. Okay. So where do we have this? Let's find it out. This is not the place for changing the background color. Effects. Yeah, here you have. Here we have in general section, you have the background color for these visuals. So I will change that one to these colors. Let me do this color, and I'm going to do the change for all the different visuals. Okay, so if you see here, and you have, let's say you have these all the options. If in case like you wanted to apply your company standard color, that may not be available here. When you have a company standard color, there you will be given with some color palette. Okay, that color palette, when you click on this more option, you have this section. Okay, either they will give you RGB color, or they will give you a hexadecimal number that that will specify your color. So that also you can use here by clicking on this option. Okay, so coming to there. Okay, coming to there, so we have applied these colors and we are good with that. And now what I will do, I will rename this. Okay, I will rename this. I will profit one. We'll keep profit one, since I already created this dashboard with that and wanted to give a walkthrough with. So similarly, I will give a sales one dashboard and quantity one. Okay, rename this quantity one. So what we have here, or else let me do one thing. Instead of creating these two, let's duplicate this. Delete and delete. So you will also understand like what the duplicate options we have available with. So I will right click and do a duplicate page. When you right click on the pages, you will be having these options duplicated. So that I will rename it as sales. Sales one. Okay. And again, I will do a duplicate on this one. Quantity one. Okay. We have profit, sales, and quantity. Okay, we have profit, sales, and quantity, but we need to adjust these visuals. Here I have profit, but I will, instead of a profit, what I will do, I will use sales. So I just need to drag and drop onto the y-axis. Okay, now my data got changed. I should rename this one to sum of sales, right? What else I need to do? I need to select the sales, and again have to adjust it in the ribbon, in the column tools ribbon, that from auto to I will put the number after decimal would be 2. So my data would be adjusted accordingly. So it got adjusted now. And if you see here, this is sales, but the y-axis is something giving still profit. Okay, so that should be changed. That should be, the title should be changed to sales. Okay, and coming back to here, and again I will do the same thing in the visualization pan. In the visualization pan, you will be having the legend, what is the legend and what is the value that you have selected for this pie chart. Okay, so I will drag and drop on top of the profit, and I will remove this profit and will rename this one from the visual, so that I will be having the sales information. Okay, total sales. And coming down to here, again, it is very simple for us to drag and drop on top of this and rename this sales we have. So, right. So similarly we have for quantity as well. The same thing which I will apply here when it comes to quantity. So what I will do first, quantity, I will select this one and change the decimal value to 2, so that it would be easy for us to apply the changes. Let's drag and drop on the y-axis and rename it. And either you can rename here, or you have the title of the visual as well. There also you can do that. When you come back here, you will be having the title of the visual level properties, right? Somewhere around here. So when it is coming to y-axis, and you have the title here, and here I should change. Why? Because this is something which I have manually did the change. So that's the reason for every visual I need to do this. But again, if you are fine with the auto displaying value, then again you don't need to do anything. And since I have selected this one, if for any visual that I wanted to change the colors or apply the colors or any properties, visualization properties or the formatting properties, that I have to select the visual, and when I selected that one, the all the information will be enabled here, and then after I have to drag this value and put it here, and just remove this quantity and rename from the visual and change this quantity, enter here. So you are done. This part is updated. And when it is coming here, when it's coming to this profit, when it's coming to the profit by, I will change this one a little bit quantity. Okay. So again, I will rename this one quantity, right? The sum of the sales. So let's go back to the sales and try to change some of the visuals here. So I have a line chart here, right? But I will go with the area chart. This will look a little bit good, right? Let's, instead of having all the visuals, common visuals across all the different views, let's change this one. Instead of a pie chart, what I will do, a donut chart. So in donut chart, again, this is one of the beautiful feature here. You do not have a donut chart available, readily available in Tableau. So for that, you need to do a lot of workaround. It is very, very complex workaround for implementing a donut chart. First, you need to take the pie chart, then after another, and again another chart, and you need to reduce the size and have to keep the area to blank. So you need to basically, you have this pie chart in the Tableau, and that again you need to create a one top of the other one and have to bring like this kind of a look and feel, and that requires a lot of efforts. But in when it is coming to Power BI, you have this feature. Okay, so in simple single click, you can do that again. And again, if you wanted to change the color for this one, the bar colors, you can go to there and y-axis, columns, you have this color, default color. That again, I can change it to something like this color. Okay, just to make a difference between one dashboard to another dashboard. That's it. So this is all your, as I said, like your skills on applying the data, applying the values. Okay. So what we wanted to do here. So yesterday we were talking about the ribbon charted, right? So let's change a ribbon chart for this one so that we can see the change in statistics, change in value. Okay. So that we can do. And again, for this quantity by reason, what I will do, I will use a funnel chart. Okay. This funnel chart will give the range. I mean, the range of the value in a funnel shape. Okay. And for this one again, let's give some better color columns. Go to here, give something like this color. Not looking good, right? But make it a little bit down. Yeah, now it is fine. So that's how you can do it. Okay. So now what we have all these three different dashboards. So first I will go back to this our main dashboard. What I will do, I will select this visual and this one first. Okay. And right click on it, and there you have an option of a grouping. Select this group. Select this group. Okay. And give this group name as something like sales, or else let's not keep this year image and everything here. Let's create a new page. Okay, let's create a new page. Duplicate. Let's create a duplicate page for this one, and remove this, delete this, and this is the place where you will create your dashboard. Okay. 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 So let's keep this one. Undo, undo. Let's have this profit and sales. I mean, profit and sales dashboard title and the company logo in this dashboard itself. And let's remove them from the other dashboards. Because you are not going to anyways use this. You have created a copy of it there. Let's remove this. Okay. And I will remove this again. Select that one and click on the delete button. Okay. Either you can delete it here or you can remove it. Okay. So coming back to the sales one, you have left with this one here. And I have created this group and I will rename this group as profit. Right. This is the profit page. This is the profit group for us. And go back here. You have select this one, and this one. Why? Because the reason for creating grouping them all, why? Because you don't need to copy individual visuals and move it from one place to another place. It is very simple. It will become very simple for you uh, when you do the when you're copying the data. Basically, copying your visuals. This one. Like let me move it, and you have this quantity. Okay, so you have all three. And what is this? Required. Let's delete this page. This one rename it as in-page navigation. Why? Because we are building some concept here that is nothing but in-page navigation. Okay. That is nothing but in-page navigation concept. So now what I will do, I will copy this basically. I will select this and Control C and I will put it over here. So copy and paste, Control C and Control V. That's it. And what I will do, I will there you have an option, the selection. If you see here, there you have an option. I will make it as inactive. Okay, I'll make it as inactive for time being. And then after I will select, I will come back to the sales section. And if you see this is already selected and I click on that one, we'll come back here and we'll drop it over here. This is again dropped on top of the profits dashboard, right? On top of the profits dashboard. Select this one and disable this one again. Okay. So again, come back to quantity again. Click on it and this group is selected. Come back here and we have enabled with quantity. We have enabled with quantity here. So now what we need to do, I will have a rectangle here. So that I will keep it as a background for this one. Okay, I will keep it as a background for this one. So how I can get it? I mean, see here when I'm going with this one, I'm implementing the concept, the page in-page navigation concept and the usage of a bookmarks. At the same time, also applying the formatting changes. It is not mandatory that you have to use a rectangle over here. Okay, it is not at all a mandatory part of it. So here you have a shapes and here the shape, I have a round rectangle. Okay, so this I will take it here and will use like this and go to the shapes. I have 25%. I will make it a 0 or else I will let me make it 15%. No, what happened? 5%, not allowing us. One. Let's do like this way. Okay. Okay. So this is something we have here. And what I will do here again, I can select this option and here you have in the model the view. Send it back. You have option for sending it to back. Okay. Or else you have select this one. Let's do one thing. Uh, sort of, okay, let's keep 4% or 3%. This will look a little bit good. And what I will do, I will have the color effects background. We'll use the same color. Is it done? Excuse me. It is not applying. Bring to front. Okay, let's okay. It's a rounded rectangle. I will simply make it as a rectangle. That again we can do. And in style, oh yeah, here you have in style you have that color. So again that I will change, and then after either you can send it to back as I said, or else you can simply drag and drop. Okay, you can simply drag and drop the shape just below to, you can adjust it likewise. So now you can see how it looks, right? So this part is done, and what we will do, looks a little bit size adjustment is required, right? I see the border color is something different. That again we can do the change, but let it be like this, okay? Or else in style you have the border color. Again that can be changed to same color so that it will not look odd. Okay, now it is done, and I will come up with the buttons part now. Okay, so where you have insert and you have the buttons here, and I will take a blank. Okay, this is a button event, and I will take a button blank here. Okay, so that I will give the name shape again rounded rectangle. I can give it. Okay, I will increase a little bit size of it. Okay, so let's give it color of it. Same style, and let's fill it with the same color. Okay, the same color, and give the name. You should give the name right. where you have a title, and I will give it as profit. Okay, not here, I think. This should be, let me do the change. Why? Because this is becoming like a title, title of the button. So that is not something we are looking for. So there should be an option here. Text and profit. Okay, so you have this. Again, you can make a bold of it. You can change the, so use this. Okay, and just increase the size of it so that it will look good. Okay, so then what you will do, then you will copy and Control C and Control V. Copy and paste, and similarly paste it. Okay, so you have three buttons, but they should be changed with the name. And again, the button names should be changed again. I will use this profit as a profit button. And this one will be sales button. This one will be quantity button. Okay, so what I will do again, I will select all of them and I will make a, first I will need to change these names. Okay, where I have that option, text, right? Where is that? Did I miss anything? The shape.
Yes.
Here it is. Yeah. So it should be sales here. And when it is coming here, you have a quantity. Okay. So now we have all the three buttons, and let's select them and right click again, group them in a group. Okay. So here I will group them under active buttons group. Active buttons group. Why? Because if you remember, we were looking into that one, right? Which are of active and which are of not active. And if you see here, the border is also, we need to change that basically. The shapes we don't have, and the style itself. You have the border, and the border color also, let it be like this, so that you will have that feel. Okay, and when I see this color fill, and the transparency should be, let's bring it to 0 so that you will have the same color. Okay, and do the same thing for this one as well. 0 and border color with the same color, and you will be having the border color should be 0, and filled with transparency should be 0 so that you will have the same color between your background and this thing. Okay, now it is fine, right? So what you will do, again, select this and this, and there you have is that format, align. Okay, align center. What happened? Is it because since I created? Okay, let me do one thing. Ungroup first. Then after, format and just align center. path. Let's use this distribute horizontally. Okay, so you will be having a equal space among. Okay, so then after, again, anyways, these are selected and group them and give the group name as active button. Okay, so once this is done, then what I will do, I will use the same buttons. Okay, I will use the same buttons and same group, Control C and Control V. Okay, but I will use the same position. If you do not know that, what you will do, let's do it. You go here and in the properties, you have the position. So what is the position of your active buttons? 784 and 87, horizontal and vertical. And if you go there, if you select this one and go to the properties for this one, and if you see the position, this is all same. I mean, it adjusted automatically, but if in case it is not adjusting, then you have to do that change. And what I will do, I will make it as inactive button group. Okay, inactive button group. I will bring this one at the bottom. Okay, so now you have these active buttons and inactive buttons. Okay, and inactive buttons, what I will do, I dragged and put them into the back side of it. So now let's change the colors of these inactive buttons. Okay, so I will select this one and in the style, what I will do, I will change the color to something light color. Okay, is it applying or not? Let's select this one. It looks basically not selecting it, but let's do one thing. Let's select this one. Ungroup it. I would have okay, let's do one thing. Let's take this group a little bit aside, okay, so that we can have that. Now you can see something else we are doing the change. Okay, so what we have done, we have selected these three and let's group this. Okay, let's make this as an inactive group. Inactive button. Okay, and we will bring that inactive group to just below to the shapes. Okay, little bit. So now apply the changes, whatever we wanted to. First, let's see why these buttons are selecting like this. When I selected this profit button, is it same thing happened for this one as well? Something wrong. So the names should be changed. Okay. So why? Because it is not about the name. Why we are specific to the names is because we will have to disable and enable. If you see here, these buttons are there, hide the visual and enable the visual when we create the bookmarks. So you remember, right? When I click on the profit, it was displaying the lighter color of the other two buttons. Why it is doing it? Why we are doing it? Why? Because we are hiding the dark color buttons. We are hiding the dark color buttons, at the same time we are displaying the lighter color buttons. So for that look and feel, we need to know the button names. So that is important. Okay. This I will make it as a quantity button, and again I will change this one to immediate profit button, and same thing I will do for this one as well. Quantity button, and let's change this one to profit button. Okay, so we are good now, and let's do the changes now. Okay, let's select this quantity, and something I have changed the color of the text. Actually, I should not change the color of the text. Let it be like black color only. Okay, so let it be like this. And what I need to do, I need to change the color of this one. Okay, I will change something like a lighter color. Okay, let's do this one for um, text. Change that to font. Okay, this is the color which got selected, right? Let's use this, and I will fill the color something like a light color, right? So come back to this profit button and fill the color light. So now you have inactive buttons color and you have active buttons color. This is something color got changed, right? So I copied the color of it and use this. It should be good. Yes. So you can hear me, right? Hello. Okay. So now what I need to do, as I said, since we already have this one at here, and now I will select this group, and let's select this group and go to this visualization side and check the position. Check the position of it, 784 and 87. And when I select this group, I should change that one to 784 and 87. Then I should be good. Why? Because one will sit on top of the other one. One will sit on top of the other one. Okay. So now it comes actually the bookmarking part. So till now we have done all the selections, all the changes and the visuals we have created, and we have adjusted the size of it. Everything is good. Now we need to implement the actions. Okay, now we need to implement the actions. So how we have to implement the actions? Why? Because we need a bookmark section here. So that you have here. Since I already enabled this one, but if you do not have that one, you can enable it. Okay, so this is your bookmarking section, and when you go here, you have these three bookmarks which I have already created. Okay, which I have already created, but for again, since we are again doing it, so that's the reason I'm doing this bookmarks again. Okay, so before I go on to the bookmarks, let's come back here in the page navigation page, and if you see here, this is something which is looking like, this is something looking like the buttons kind of a navigation, right? So these buttons again, you can apply the different changes. Again, you have style here, not style, shapes. So here, when it comes to here, you have a different kind of options. Let's say you wanted to do something. Okay, let's say you wanted to have these buttons. Okay, you wanted to have this button set here in a different shape. That also you can do. You have a different n number of varieties of buttons, you can do it. So let's do it one more time here. And what I have a right rectangle. Okay, let's do this. And if I change the rectangular rotation, if I do the rotation to 270 degrees, and I have this button. Okay, I have this button. So let's do one thing. Instead of doing on top of this, what happened? It's got applied. Okay, let's do this again. Bring back to. So you are seeing, right? A lot of options you have here. You have a lot of options here. Again, which got selected, and and apply this. Okay, so this you will bring that one to rectangle shape again. Here I think should keep 5% so that we got, what is the percentage of this one we have chosen? It's 25%. Okay, so that again you can do 25%. That will go back. But what I wanted to show you all is that let's take another button. Okay, let's take another button here. Insert. Buttons. Blank one. So I will have this, and the shapes, the shape itself, I will use something like hexagon, octagon. Okay, let's use this trapezoid only. And rotation. Basically, the rotation you have is 270 degrees. Okay, and bring this one at here. Okay, so you will have this kind of feel as well. You can have these three buttons adjusted at here, and you can set that one. In the style itself, you have a text, right? Profit. Okay, so this is how you can have your three buttons. That will also create a different look, right? And you click on this one, it's a like a kind of a pages. I mean, your diary kind of thing, right? You will have your diaries will be having this kind of a feel that you can go from this page to that page. So the different kind of shapes basically we can select. Okay, so the next action should be usage of the bookmarks. Let's continue on this one and the next session. Okay, so any questions so far from anyone? Looks easy, right? So only thing is like you need to understand the navigations and the different features on the visualization side. What are the buttons, what are the text boxes that you can use, and the image, like how we have used this one for this one, and how you adjust the fonts and everything. What we have seen, we have, when you select this one columns, you will be enabled with these items, right? And you can, if it is a decimal value, let's say if it is a discount value, then you will be enabled with this one. You can adjust the size of it accordingly. You can adjust the number of decimals after decimal, and you can also change the format of it. You can also change the format of it, everything that you can do it. Okay, any questions from anyone? Okay, so we are good, right? Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
So when you change the group, for example, for any of this page, right, profit or sales or quantity, if you change the visualization, do you need to recreate the group and copy and paste it again?
Visualization group, yep, these three, right, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, what is the purpose of doing that group is because we will have one place. I mean, let's say if I wanted to copy the all of these visuals, what I need to do, I need to select individual visuals, and I need to individual select, and then I have to copy and put it here. Instead of doing that, I have a group here. So since
Yeah.
in one
So
single
if you
click, I
make
can create.
changes, if you make changes to this page now, will the in-page navigation change also, or you will have to recopy that group back again?
Exactly. There is no relationship. It is once it is copied means it is the snapshot of that page. Whatever the
Okay,
it is the snapshot. There is no link in between. Let's say if I do some modifications, it will be changed here. No, not that case.
no, okay,
I made these three separate pages is because it will that is my logic. Logic in the sense I do not even require to create these three different pages. I can do everything in the in-page navigation only, in this page only. So how I
right,
can do it? I will create them. First, I will create the profit visuals here, and I will group it and I will disable it. So I will have to copy it and put it on top of it and have to do the changes. So that is like a little bit tedious job. Why? Because right, once one dashboard is sitting on top of the another dashboard, I mean another visual, another group, then doing a change is little bit tedious. So that's the reason to make my job easier. So what I did, I have created three different pages and copied and pasted over there. And I need to make sure that all of them are sitting on one top of other one at exactly at same position so that it will look good. It is not something that we are moving it to something else. Instantly we are looking, we will have a feel that the moment I click on the buttons, the data getting changed. But
yeah,
that is how the user feel. But internally what you're doing, you know that.
yeah, you're hiding and making something else visible.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
Okay. So we are good, right? Teja?
yes, thank
Bhargav?
you.
Yeah, Malik.
Okay, perfect then. So let's meet in next class. Okay. Thank you, everyone.